Hey, it's Gunk. So, yesterday or last night or yeah, last evening, I don't remember the exact time that it came out. I think it was last night. It was like around like 7-ish. On a random ass fucking Tuesday, at a random ass time, Kanye West, uh, finally gave a proper streaming release, for Donda 2. Almost, actually, no, over 3 years later. Um, it's weird as fuck, and I want to talk about it. So yesterday, and I was actually keeping up with this yesterday. It's not something I expected yesterday, but then, Kanye just kind of started talking about and Digital Nas, which if you don't know is the primary producer of Donda 2 and has been heavily associating with Kanye West as of recent. They've been like live streaming on Twitch and now Kick, and now this weird ass website I never heard of before called Party. Like with an I instead of a Y. It's fucking stupid. Has like a tab for cryptocurrency, so it's probably stealing all of your fucking data or whatever. So fucking so yeah, they started talking about dropping Donda 2 yesterday, and then I got kind of interested because like, oh, what if they actually dropped Donda 2? Which I know I didn't really even expect them to, honestly, because this actually isn't the first time recently that they said they were going to drop Donda 2, and then they did it. There's a few other times. But this time was kind of the biggest. Um, I was keeping up with it, and I was kind of like, I still wasn't really expecting it to drop. I felt like there's more of a chance of it dropping than there were the last few times, but I didn't really expect it to drop. And then, Kanye posted the track list. Fucking Digital Nas was like talking it up, all this shit. And then like for whatever fucking reason, like Reggie, who's like a new fucking character in this weird ass fucking sphere. Fucking, who's like Digital Naz's cameraman, I think, started talking about like a listening party in New York and how they were gonna drop the location and then you had 30 minutes to get there. I don't even know if that happened. I don't even know if that was like real. Um, so yeah, no, then the album dropped. Like I actually gave up on it, and then I just looked at like my YouTube page, and then there was like, oh, Donda 2 listening party. It actually dropped, and then like, well, not official listening party. This is some random talk. Um, he released it under the Donda profile. Like he made a new profile on streaming for streaming services called Donda. And like he also created a new profile recently for just Yay, where he's releasing all of the cuck shit under. Um, and I don't really like know if this is just gonna become a recurring thing for him now, where he just makes a bunch of profiles for separate albums, which I think would be cool, honestly. I'm not against that. I'm totally cool with I like it when artists just have like a shit ton of aliases. I think that's really neat. Um, but either way, he released it under Donda, which is a very interesting decision. Um, and so I listened to it. It's not finished. He didn't finish the album. He had like 2.5 years, not like 2.5, but like two and like some change. No, 3 and some change years to finish the album, and he didn't. Um, but some of it is like some of it seems finished. Like, okay, so let me just go through the track list first because the track list is weird on this thing. It is bizarre. Uh, so there's 18 songs, which if you are familiar with Donda 2 is more than there were on Donda 2. Um, which is interesting. And the track list reads as True Love, Broken Road, Get Lost, Keep the Flowers, which is where it deviates, Too Easy, Pablo, Mr. Miyagi, Happy, Security, City of God, not City of Gods, 5:30, Sci-Fi, Burn Everything, Louis Bag, We Did It, also known as We Did It Kid, Maintenance, Lord Lift, also known as Lord Lift Me Up, and then First Time, also known as First Time in a Long Time. So, Very, very, very odd track list if you are familiar with the original Donda 2 track list and have kept up with EA recently, because you will probably know um, that City of God, or City of Gods, was released by 5 Foreign. That's no longer a Kanye song, it was just released by 5 Foreign. Um, 530 was released on Donda, no, not Donda, Vultures 2. So I don't know why it's also here. Um, Burn everything. The vast majority of people watching this probably don't even remember what that was. And I don't blame you because it was like early 2023. This was like the first public appearance Kanye had after like the Alex Jones shit was featuring on this random ass Sean Leon song. And then everyone clowned on it for being terrible. And also like the fucking like music video being literally the worst thing ever. Like comedically awful. Like actually like Jesus Christ. Um so yeah. I guess we can go through the songs because it's interesting. True Love, Broken Road, Get Lost, and Keep the Flowers are all the same. Those are just basically all the same asterisks. I believe all of these songs have new mixing, uh, which I actually like. I like the new mixing on the songs. But when I say something's the same, I'm just talking about. I'm not talking about the mixing. Like I'm pretty sure everything here has new mixing, other than maybe a couple songs. Um, So we have True Love, Broken Road, Get Lost, Keep the Flowers, which are the same. Too Easy, which is the first released song. Or not released song, is the first finished song. Well, not finished, not the first finished song in the track list. True Love, Broken Road did, or those first two finished songs, but those are always finished. Now Too Easy is finished. It has no more mumble. And also the production's a bit better on this version. Um, Too Easy was one of my favorite songs in the original Donda too. Um, I actually forgot to mention it, but I actually recorded like this whole ass video. Um, Going like listening back to Donda 2 and talking about it and fucking reviewing it for the third year anniversary, 2 to 5. Because I'm released on Tuesday, Tuesday. And that didn't get finished because one, I was honestly kind of just lazy. Um, and two, the fucking Too Easy. No, not Too Easy. Donda 2. The people they started talking about bringing it back. They started talking about putting it on streaming again and finishing it and putting it on streaming because this isn't like completely out of nowhere. Like they've been talking about this for a bit now, but like it was less confirmed back then, but also it's still kind of confirmed. It was kind of like there were definitely talks for it. I didn't want to release a video that was going to be immediately outdated. Um, so I just held off on ever releasing that. And I guess I'm glad I did because, well, honestly, I probably could have because it's been a while since that video would have released, and like I feel like this would honestly probably just be a separate thing from that at this point, like an update video. So I mean, I could have released it, but also the video wasn't really up to my quality anyways. So, okay. Either way, Too Easy. One of the main things, one of the reasons why I'm not actually sure if I like this version of Too Easy more than the original Too Easy, is because this is probably my most copium take ever. Like, you could call me, you could say I'm coping, you could say I'm glazing, whatever. This is just my opinion, and this is like one of the few times where I have an opinion like that is like that feels this fucking like copium. But I actually think the unfinished nature of Donda 2 makes the album. I actually, that's my favorite part of the album because Donda 2 just feels so like raw and like genuinely emotional. Like I feel like because like I talked about it in my original video that I was gonna release on Donda 2, but like take a song like Too Easy for example. Um, like you kind of just have like this yelling like what about us, you know, you kind of just have like that. It's very like sporadic, you know, and then you just have like the chorus or just like "Do you love me?" And it's just like such a like harshly put together song, and it's like so like it feels like fucked up. It feels like almost depraved, but like not like in a like probably not the best word to describe it, but I think you might probably know what I mean. Um, and it's very very interesting to me, and like that I that gave me like this very raw emotional connection to the album. And that's not the only example of it. But like I actually really like the unfinished nature because like when you think of like because like emotions are messy. Donda 2 is an insanely messy, like disjointed, like rough project. But so is how you feel. And like yeah, he could have like sat down and really thought about it and like made music out of that. But you know he's already done that before, so he could have just done the same thing here. But I actually think this is very interesting portrayal of I thought it was a very interesting portrayal of what he was going through at that point in time. Um, and that's one of the main reasons why I love Donda 2 so much because I found its like rawness like so interesting. Um, and so fucking this song where it's finished with the actual finished lyrics, I don't know if I like it as much. I like the production more. I mean, it's not like drastically different, but it's just like touched up. It's a little better. But like now the chorus is like, if nobody loves me, you love me. You know, like which is like cool, good message. But like I feel like it's almost just the way that I interpreted Too Easy, the original one. I feel like it's kind of just saying the same message, but less subtle and worse. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too used to the original song because also I forgot to mention, but I really like Donda too. I think it's a great album. Well, actually, I kind of did just mention that, but like in case you didn't piece it together, I think the original Donda 2 is like 8 plus. Like I think that's a great album. Um, and now we have this. Um, but the original Pablo is like not Pablo, Too Easy. Was like one of my favorite songs on the album. Um, and then he just did this with it, which you know it's fine. Like it's a fine version of the song, and again maybe I'm just used to the old version. I need to listen to this version more. Um, though I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to listen to this version because apparently this is gonna get taken off of streaming soon because I think he just didn't fucking pay some of his producers or something. I don't know. My fucking God, Kanye West is fucking unreal sometimes. Um, the perils of being a gay fan. Oh, hell. But yeah, I'm not gonna go in depth with all the songs as I did with like Too Easy, but like but you know, but like I don't know. I really need a shit. I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. All right, we're back. Um, what was I barely remember what I was saying before I left. Whatever, we'll just move on. Hopefully, it wasn't anything important. Um, Pablo was finished, which is cool. This is like such a fucking fire track on this fucking version of the album. Oh my God, I love this song. Mr. Miyagi gets an official release. Those who are familiar with Donda 2 will know that this wasn't actually on the final track list for Donda 2, or the 2022 version. Not entirely sure why. It's one of my favorite songs from the Donda 2 era, especially this version because it's not totally finished, but it's a lot more finished. Like I think Ye actually does have like a full verse on here instead of just like "Hey, something of my, I'm on my, I see what you want, I do it right." Okay, actually no, I think that's actually the exact mumble part that's left in. But whatever, who fucking cares? I'm your Mr. Miyagi. It's an awesome song. I love it. Happy, which is great. Security. Uh, Okay, so I can rant about security a lot more because I think security It's like one of the best songs sonically on the project, but it's just garbage because of what it's about. And that's kind of been amplified now. Um, oh my fucking God. Okay, so he adds this DJ Academics clip at the start of him talking about like his kids and all that. Um, there's a lot of shit going on with like Kanye's custody of his children and all of this shit, and like a lot of stuff with that and Kim Kardashian and shit. And it's just like, I don't know. I feel bad for his kids. That's really just all I have to say about it. I feel bad that this is something that his kids need to be in the middle of, and I feel bad for them. And I think no child needs should go through that much stress, and it's probably very difficult for them. And I feel bad for them, and that's all I really have to say about the situation. But this song was originally made as like a Pete Davidson to the Pete Davidson diss because Kim K was fucking dating him for a while. For a bit. I don't think they're still dating. I might be wrong. I don't keep up with celebrity fucking gossip. But fucking oh my God. The song sounds really good, and it's like even like mixed a bit better here. It's just touched up a little bit. And it sounds better than it even did before. But the DJ Academics fucking sample's stupid. Fuck DJ Academics. Grooming the stupid ass piece of shit. I almost said a word I can't say on YouTube. Um, yeah, it's just like fucking fuck DJ Academic. It's like the only reason why the fuck he's on this album is because Ye is just fucking clinging to fucking internet influencers that are just on their knees for fucking clout. To get as much fucking clout as they possibly can so they can exploit this horribly mentally ill person who's also a Nazi, and being mentally ill doesn't really fully excuse that. It's just an explanation I understand, but like also he's also very clearly unwell, um, like severely, and being taken advantage of by a lot of people. And these streamers are providing him like confirmation of like, oh no, you're right, you're correct, all this stuff, and they're giving him this platform and all that shit. I can pretty much guarantee that's exactly what Digital Nas is doing. He just fucked off for like 8 billion fucking years after Donna 2, and it realized that he can make money off of him. Mm. But yeah, fuck DJ Academics. Fuck him being on this song. He also kind of recontextualizes this song about being about like this whole situation with the children instead of just Pete Davidson. I think this is a very dangerous song. I don't think that these topics should be met with aggression from the parents. I think that's extremely dangerous. And it's my least favorite song on the album, even if it's one of my favorites sonically. Um, City of God. Okay, so this is interesting because like I said before, this is not a fucking Kanye West song. This has already been released on a fucking on 5 Years album, The Bible 2, I think. This was originally on Donda 2, but then it got removed. And so it's very interesting to see it here, and very odd and bizarre to me, um, that it would be here. Like, why? Why is it here? Um, it's not one of the best songs on the album. I actually think it's one of the worst songs on the album. Like it's fine. Like it's so nothing. It doesn't fit on the album at all. It didn't fit on the album originally. I don't understand why it's here. It's already released on another fucking person's album, and it's not even that good of a song. Um, and that takes us to our next track, 530. This one's even weirder because this was already released on a Kanye album. I mean, it was originally meant for Donda too, but this was released on Vultures too. And is it just a worse version of that? Like, I already think that the released version of Dawn 2 on Vultures 2 turned out kind of mid. I think it had potential to be a great song, but it could turn out kind of mid. This version, like even more so, dude. Like, this is literally just the first half of 530. like without like the little beat switch thing. Um, and then they just like stuck it on this album. Maybe if it hadn't released on Vultures 2 already in a form that is admittedly better, which is crazy to fucking say about a song on Vultures 2. Um, like maybe I would like look at the song a little differently, but as it is, like it's like very, very confusing as to why it's here. Then we move on to Sci-Fi, which is one of the better songs on the original album. Uh, I wish it's expanded on a little more, but I do like it here. I like the beat, all that. I like the refrain. That's basically unchanged from the original version. This is where we start getting less changes. And it's more or less just the original songs. So I'll gloss over these faster, other than Burn Everything, which is fucking why it's here. It doesn't even make sense. Why is it here? Like, why? It's not your song. It was released by someone else. I don't even know if you got permission to do this. I highly doubt it. Um, fucking same thing with City of Gods, and I guess he does have permission to do a 530 because it's his fucking song, but whatever. Um, oh God, burn everything. Okay, this version of the song, I think this is a bit different from the original version. I think it's shorter, and it actually doesn't sound too bad. I don't mind it. I don't know why it's here. It's a completely unnecessary addition to the album. That adds nothing. Other than like a solid, fine, underdeveloped song because it's like 2 minutes and like does like nothing with that runtime like at all. But it sounds okay. If I'm passively listening to the album, I'm not gonna skip it. Uh, they got Louis Bag, which is just Louis Bags from the original track list, featuring Jack Harlow, which is kind of funny. Um, it's kind of funny to see Jack Harlow feature on a 2025 Kanye album. Um, we did it, or we did a kid. This is actually a pretty large change because if you remember the original We Did It Kid barely had Ye on it, literally at all. It was literally just like the Migos and also Baby Keem. But Ye actually added a verse at the end of this, like a full verse from him, and I like it. I mean, he talks about meeting, having lunch with Elon and having a fucking crib and like a space station, which is cringe as fuck. But also, like, I don't know, he's a fucking Nazi, so like, what do you expect? But fucking. I do like this version of the song. I do find it depressing that whenever I don't remember when, or I don't remember which Migo it is that's performing. I haven't listened to the Migos really. I don't know all of their names by heart and their voice. Um, but fucking when one of them says helping Ye find Kim, Kim is censored, which is depressing. Um, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but like still. Also, like something I kind of forgot to mention is that this album is censored. This album is safe. This is the safe. These are the safe versions of all of these songs. Even like the original Donda 2 didn't go as far as censoring. Like some of the songs are explicit and some of them weren't. And then, but this is fully safe. I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's an explicit track on here, which is interesting. Considering, well, yes, that would make sense during the Donda 2 era because that's just kind of what it was doing at the time. It's interesting to make that choice in the middle of the cuck era, where he's talking as album fucking song titles like Hitler, Yay, Jesus, and Free Diddy, and like all this other horrible shit. He's working with Dave Blunt. Honestly, surprised there was the Dave Blunt feature on this album. I was fully expecting that. Um, but fucking, that is interesting. Just thought I'd point that out. Uh, so yeah. Maintenance, which is a new song that was not on the original track list. I think it's fine. I've heard some leaks from this. There's like one leak that actually sounds like really, really good, but that's not what was used here. This is kind of whatever. I don't really care that's here. The word looking me up, same as the original album, and first time, same as the original album. And that's the fucking streaming release of Donda 2. Um, it's again not finished. Um, however, is more finished, which again, I don't know if I even want this to be like in a finished state because of like what I was talking about earlier with why I like Donda 2. Um, then you have fucking oh my God. Like okay, it's okay, so they said that they're gonna do the T-LOP thing. They said that they're gonna do the T-LOP thing and do like real time updates and like it's gonna be updated in real time. Even though like I could fucking guarantee you it's actually gonna be like vultures and it's just not gonna fucking happen. Like maybe we're gonna get a few updates and then it's just gonna get abandoned. Hence why even though I waited to make this video for this to release on streaming. I am not going to wait for it to be updated because I highly doubt that it's going to be updated in any substantial way. It is also worth noting that Selfish is a song missing from here that is apparently going to be added to the track list because there's been some issues clearing the X feature on the song. But yeah, so that's down to two. Um Very interesting, bizarre release. That's weird as fuck. Uh, again, I don't really think I like this more than the original album. I think I like some songs better than the original album, but I don't really think I like the whole thing better. I wish they did a better job. I don't know. This whatever. The album's fine. I've listened to it quite a bit actually. Mainly just individual songs. I'm mainly just listening to Pablo, Mr. Miyagi. Uh, I'll probably listen to Too Easy some more. Louis Bag was one of my favorites off of the original, so I'm listening to that a bit. Um, those are the main ones that I'm listening to right now. Um, so yeah, fucking tell me your thoughts in the comments on how much you like this album. Um, I don't really have anything else to say about this other than the fact that this is probably not going to stay on streaming. Yeah, it's probably going to be taken down. I might actually be taken down by the time this video publishes because I don't know if I'm going to publish this video later in the day or soon after recording this because I have shit to go to and depends on how fast I can edit the video. So yeah. Anyways, Kanye West on the two. Um, Gunk. Gunk out. So there's probably gonna be some shit I forgot to mention when I watch back to this fucking listen back to this fucking recording because it always fucking happens to me. That happened in the fucking I Am Music video, which made me look like a terrible fucking person. If you fucking seen that video, uh, Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Bye bye.